Today, we get to finish our journey that we set out to do over 2 years ago. As we complete our loop around the northern part of the Shuswap using the logging roads. Where, last episode, we explored the hidden campsites, beautiful mountain peaks, and everything in between. And today, we get to explore even more as we leave the valley and drive on the mountainside before heading back into the past and towards civilization. These views are something you aren't going to want to miss, so let's get started. What is up, and welcome back to day 2 of our Shuswap adventure. So, as we saw last episode, we camped out here last night. It was a beautiful little spot, way up in the mountains, like I'm talking way up. We're almost the same height as the top of that mountain right there. And it's obviously an old logging road, but we had this amazing view from up here of exactly where we came from, down this FRS through about 1,000 meters elevation. We're now at 1,500 again. We were back at 700 down there, and then we climbed the mountain up here. As I promised you guys, I'm going to show you the path down because, well, the path coming up here was a little bit interesting. Some of these old logging roads don't get used very often, and when they don't get used, they get a little bit, not sketchy, but a little bit more interesting than your typical logging road that will be taking all the way back into Sycamoose. But that is the plan today. As I said, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making it back to Sycamoose. This is our 2-day adventure, going around the Shuswap Lake on logging roads only. So this is kind of a fun little adventure I wanted to do before, but we couldn't because of the fires. And thankfully, there's not really a lot of fires in this area at the moment, so we are good to kind of keep on exploring. So yeah, that is our epic campsite. As I said, we're going to go ahead, put the tent back in the car, and then pretty much hit the road and hit the trail and see how it goes. So yeah, let's go ahead, get this tent folded up and hit the trail. And with the Forester all packed up, we started our descent back down into the valley. But it wasn't going to be a quick ride down. Right from the start, we encountered obstacles that we powered through the night before. While they weren't new to us, we proceeded with caution, taking in the breathtaking views of the valley below. Cross-stitch after cross-stitch, we descended meter by meter, and quickly found ourselves back in the trees, where we navigated around the deadfall and other obstacles that laid ahead. And as we neared the main forest road, we quickly found ourselves picking up the pace on a now much smoother road until we reached the main road itself. Here, we put the Forester to work, heading south and encountering more equipment scattered along the logging sites that covered the mountainside. As we covered kilometer after kilometer, the vast expanse of the mountainside started to come into view, offering a glimpse of the lake below and the cascading waterfalls that flowed towards it. And well, we're back on the logging roads. As you can see, that was a little bit of an interesting trail getting up there. The first little bit up to the first little logging site was pretty good, but as we started making our way higher and higher, you could tell that it just wasn't used in however long, because they had the ruts, they had the cross stitches, and there was a lot of the shrapnel laying around. Obviously someone's been there and cleaned some of the shrapnel, but it was definitely a little tight in some of the places. But that's what I was looking for. I was looking for some little bit more challenging terrain, because honestly, logging roads, you can only do so many of them. You can get to some amazing places, but you want to get to some amazing places, so that's exactly what we're doing today. But essentially, now we're on the logging roads, we're heading back into civilization. Well, kind of. We still got a kind of a big valley to go through, but we are heading closer and closer to the lake. We're heading actually quite close to Provincial Park that I was at when I was at the lake. We can't drive down into that one because that one's like in this swampy area, and as far as I can see, there's not a single road in there, so we can't do that. Anyways, this logging road though will kind of take us back into civilization. I'm gonna have lunch pretty soon, so we'll probably take a break there. And then other than that, we're just gonna keep on moving. This logging road's actually pretty nicely graded compared to what we did in the last video. oh boy, last video was rough. That was, again, more what I'm looking for up in the like pass area where we got up to like 1,200 meters before we started heading back down. That was awesome. I don't think we'll find any more of that because I'm seeing a lot more equipment and, well, a lot more like very well maintained bridges, just like this one and this little creek crossing. They have multiple creeks, it's like first creek, third creek, fourth creek, fifth creek, whatever. And I think that was second creek, so we're getting to the last creek, I think. And then hopefully we should be able to just keep on moving on at a pretty good pace down this logging road. So I will catch up to you guys whether when I see something interesting or we're taking a break.
As we journeyed down the winding logging road, we carefully navigated its twists and turns before something incredible unfolded in front of us. With each passing moment, we began to see more and more of the lake and its beaches below. A place in which I witnessed this terrain being transformed by a fire only a few years ago. Here, not only did we enjoy an epic view of the expansive lake, but we could also trace the lake and look down into the narrows many kilometers away. Yet, we couldn't stay around to watch boats all day. So, our adventure continued southward, leading us through a section of road that was carved into the mountain itself. Before, suddenly, the valley stretched out before us, where we left the lake and ventured deeper into the mountains. Here, towering trees surrounded us as we moved along this well-maintained Forest Service road. As the kilometers passed by, we knew it was time to take a lunch break.
And well, I think it's time to stop for lunch. Check out this. So we kind of made it through the Shuswap region. Now we're kind of in this like valley. And look at the climate. It's changed quite a bit actually. It's more of what you would picture kind of like a central BC kind of adventure looking like. Because look at, you've got a fairly sparsely populated like summit, but then as you come down you have pretty dense forest all along and you have logs just sitting everywhere. There's a couple trails here I actually had to go ahead and mark because I think they might be cool to go explore. Obviously that's not today because if I am wanting to head all the way back out to Vancouver today, I am going to have to leave here around 4 p.m. and well, it's 1 p.m. right now. I still got a ways to go. I could go up that road for, as you guys saw, hours and hours, and I could not make that time. So I marked it down as a future trip. Maybe we'll get more people. Obviously, when you're kind of pushing the limits like that stuff, it's good to have more people anyways, so that's kind of why I marked it down. But there's another one even right here. This one's not marked on the deactivated like signage, but this one also looks like a little bit of trail. It'd be really cool to get in some of these upper like alpine zones and explore there and maybe camp up there, but yeah, that is not for this trip. That's for a future trip with some more people. Anyways, as I said, this is a great spot to stop for lunch. I finally found some shade. I was looking for some shade to stop by because, well, it's the Shuswap and in the sun it is quite hot out, so I like to stick in the shade when I can. So we're here, and then essentially all we got is we gotta go pretty much straight down this valley. There's a mountain here, but around this mountain and then straight down the valley, and then we're on the Highway 1, and that will be the end of today's video. But first, let's have some lunch, and then we gotta do a little more driving. And with lunch done, it's time to go ahead and hit the road for the last leg of our journey.
Continuing our journey, we shifted eastward, gradually leaving the mountain pass behind. And it didn't take long before the towering trees that surrounded us began to give way as we embarked on our descent. As we descended down the other side of the mountain, a glimpse of the valley on the horizon came to view, the valley that held the promise of civilization. Drawing closer, we couldn't resist the temptation to embrace the wide open road and have some gravity-fueled fun. Heading downhill, we put the rally heritage of the Forester to good use, quickly completing the remaining gravel before it was time to finally hit the pavement.
And there we go. We got the tires all aired up and we're officially turning onto pavement. After 2 days and 300 and some odd kilometers on logging roads, we officially made it back to civilization. That was so much fun. I am so glad I was able to actually go ahead and do that route. I definitely want to do specifically this logging road again. It was a lot of fun. A lot of cool places to check out, and we'll have to do that sometime soon. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because we'll definitely be doing more of these kind of exploration videos as we go forward. And if there's anything you want to see or want me to do, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, remember to check out Flat 4 Off-Road for all your overlanding and off-road Subaru accessories, as well as some pretty cool merch. But that's where we're going to end it today. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, going down and exploring the Shuswap region in these last 2 videos. And as always, peace out and stay humble.